Hi. So in this video, I'm planning to show you an example on how we can count a relation. So for example, the post has many comments. So in the filters, I want to sort by the count of the relation. And I want to show you a very good way to do it. You can do your own research and find all the ways you can do it, but I think I will show you maybe a decent way to do it. One of the ways that you will find in the when you search is like the count relation decorator, which is, by the way, is deprecated, so don't use it. And even if you use it, it will give you the count of the relation, but using the CRUD utilities, you won't be able to filter upon it. So I don't recommend that you use it. And there is another solution that you will find that tells you to create your own function. So you can, by the way, you can do it. You can just put something like this. So get and define a custom route, whatever, and use the service, the repository, easy stuff. But the problem is you will lose all the flexibility from the CRUD utilities. So I will show you a way which I think would be a good idea to do it. So to start doing it, my goal is to filter upon the most commented posts. So I will start by creating a new column inside the post entity called, let's say, just put that decorator. So column, and this one will be, I will pass to it an object. I will pass to it an object. Okay. So the default is 0. I'm sorry, my PC is just slow, so just bear with me. And the type, so you might see it a little bit laggy. And the type is integer. Okay, and I will call it comments num. And the type for it will be number. I think TSLint will complain or not. Okay, it won't complain. Fine. Because of the variable naming. So I will just run the server npm run start dev and dev mode. And then I will continue. So the default value for each column, for each row, is 0. And we want to increment it based on the changes in the comments entity. So to start doing this, let's go to the comments. I will open the comments entity, and I'm thinking about adding the code here, but let's just leave it here. Let's just leave this as it is. Let's create another file here called comment.subscriber.ts. So what this type is, so in type ORM there is something called listeners and subscribers. They allow us to subscribe to the events that happens in a specific entity. So for example, if you updated the comments or added a new comment using the repository manager, which we inject on all our services, if you do that, this subscriber, which we will create in a moment, will listen to that events and allow you to act upon it. So it's like a trigger in the database, but just in your code, in your backend code. A lot of ORMs implement this as well. I think Sequelize and Node.js implement this. I think they are called hooks. Yeah, hooks. But here, let's just start doing it. So I will start with a decorator. So it's called event subscriber. This one. Invoke it. And let's export a class called comment subscriber. And this one should, not should, but it's a better idea to implement something called an interface called entity subscriber interface, and this is accepts a generic type, which is the comment entity. I want the comment entity. And I will do everything just not to type the whole thing. Anyway, so yeah, I need to import the comment entity. So now this is nice. We need to first put a function called listen to, and should return the entity we are listening, subscribing to its events. So this is a function which should return, in our case, if I can type, should return the comment entity itself. So not this. So comment entity. Should I? Okay. So now if you go to if you click, if you are in VS Code, click Control, press Control, and click on this interface, and it will open the definition for it, which is helpful. So you have all these functions you can put inside your subscriber. If they are there, they will be executed. So before remove, after update, before update, basic stuff, after load, this is good. So, and they all accepts like the entity and the event, which is very helpful. By the way, from the event, we can get the manager, the repository manager itself. So we can contact any other repository, which means repositories are contacting the tables in the database, contacting the entities. So from the comment subscriber, we can access, for example, the posts repository, which represent the post table. So we can, after you insert, for example, a comment, I will access the post repository and update the comments number there for a specific post. Okay. Let's do it. I will create a function called async. Not called async, starts with async, asynchronous function. So I will call it after, which I need to call it after insert. So after insert, and this will accept an event. I'll call it E. I know, just call it event. And it will be an insert event. And we'll of type comment entity. Sometimes I feel I don't give enough context of what I do, but yeah, I hope I explained the problem correctly. So you know how this is valuable, because I think it's very valuable, very valuable. I didn't see anyone do it like this online. I will show you that at the result. Maybe you can do it, try yourself to do it in a different way and see how it's a little bit annoying, and how this saves you a lot of time. So let's show you. I will show you now a couple of things we can access from this function, from this event in this function. So the first thing we can access, for example, the post repo, the post repository. So it will be of type repo repository, and repository of course accepts a generic type. It's the post entity. Yes, and this will be equal to the event. Everything is laggy, but event dot, you have here all the properties inside the event object. The entity is the inserted entity, by the way, which we will use. So I want the connection. From the connection, here is the manager, the entity manager. Now we can get a specific, you can build a query here using the ORM, or you can get a specific repository which referencing the functions from it interacts with the table that it represents. So get repository, This accepts only a string, so posts. By the way, if you're wondering where this string comes from, is if you go to the post entity, let's go there. This string, or it will be the post entity if you didn't pass a name here. The name, I think, just look how the table name is. But for me, it's posts, since I named it like this. This is also accepts a generic type if you want to do it correctly, like this. And do I have prettier disabled? Oh yeah, sorry. This accepts a generic type and like this. So it's already returning a repository. You need to give it the type of the repository. So it's a post entity repository. So I think now there's no error, but it's slow. It's slow. Let's just wait. Come on. What do you want? Yeah, it's no errors. It's just slow. So this is the post entity, the post repository. We are accessing it from the event subscriber for the comment entity after insertion for each comment. So what we need to do is getting the comment. Sorry, this just store it inside the variable. The comments repository, the comment repo. I think making stuff plural here is a better idea, but whatever. So this, I just copied the above line. So this will be the comment in the repository of the comments, and this should be also comment entity, and this is also should be the comments. Okay. Do I have prettier disabled? I'm not sure. Anyway, because this should be multiple lines, I think. So what we need to do, I will count the number of comments based on the post ID for the inserted comment. So how we can first thing, how we can access the post ID that have been inserted from the comment. So it's stored inside the event dot entity dot. Now as you can see, this is the comment entity properties. We don't have post ID. If you Google that, you can find people that will show you how you can put a post ID so you can access it directly, but I don't think it's necessarily, yeah. So you can just type dot post dot ID. This is how you just access the post ID that have been inserted for this comment. So this is the post underscore ID for this comment, okay? I hope this is clear. And actually, if you go to our seed class, I think we did something similar. So when you let's just scroll, yeah. So here the user, we are storing the whole user object. Typo and behind the scene will handle this for us. We'll get the ID from the user object and assign it to the user underscore ID inside the table. So yeah, I think it's clear. It's not that hard. So okay, what we will do is I will go to the comments repo dot count. So we have function count, and this needs a criteria. I think find many options is called. Okay, anyway, so I will put a where. So where the post should another object, the ID of the post should be event, should be this, yeah, should be this. So this might be a little bit confusing, but let me just try to explain it. So we are counting from the comments repository where the post, which mean in our case, you can think of it like when the post ID, this thing here, is equal to the post ID for this comment. So you don't access the post underscore ID column itself. You will access it like this. I think the problem here maybe when you not doing not putting the post underscore ID here. I think the problem with it that it won't be available when you get it using like Postman or Postwoman, whatever. So I might add it, but it's very easy to add. I might add it in other videos, but let's just stick with this. I think showing the main concepts here is better than doing something. It's just showing the main concepts. So here we counted all the comments for specific posts referenced by the comments that have been inserted. So this returns, if you hover over it, a promise with a number. So dot then. So I'll call it. Let me. I'm not sure why prettier does not work. Maybe I disable it. So count. I'll call the variable number inside the promise. And here I think it's obvious we need to update the post with the number of comments. So post repo dot update. This is a function. The first thing is the criteria. So the criteria where the ID is equal to this ID here, and what we need, and the second argument is the data we will replace, we will update. So I will update the comments number with the count. Yes, with the count. That's it. Yeah, I think pretty is enabled. So adding the decorator will not make this subscriber works. So what we need to do is go to the app module inside our connection object, which we passed here. So go anywhere inside of it, and there is another property called subscribers. So this is an array of subscriber classes, and I think did I call it? Yeah, comment subscriber. So I will put the comment subscriber here, and I think this should do it. I will just open the terminal. Hopefully no errors. I hope it looks fine. Oh, nice. I think type.orm is smart enough to put this new column without deleting everything, but we can't test that. So I will open dbeaver. While it's opening, let's just expose our local over API. So I will go where I installed ngrok. So ngrok ./ngrok http 3030 dbeaver. So 3030. This should expose it. We'll open Postwoman. And this tool is very helpful. It always have been a good helper for me. Even especially when you want to show someone a quick thing you are working on, you can just, hey, check this link. So anyway, let's go to Postman, replace this. Let's just try, since in the previous video we enabled pagination by default, so we can just do that and we'll get 10 posts. So the comment number is always 0. So which means this is fine. So type.orm is smart enough to insert this new column without modifying these or deleting them. So I think what I need, I will make sure of something. So if I get the comments, I will get the post ID. I don't think so. So it's comment or comments? I think comments. Yeah, now comment. Or did I implement the CRUD utilities for the comment? I did. Yeah, so you don't get the post ID if you don't specify it in the entity. I think this is very easy to fix. I might fix it in another video, but I think just add it there without the at column. Or I think even if you add it with no, I think even if you add it with the I just remembered you can add it like this. And type sorry, and type rm smart enough to understand that this post ID means referencing this column, this here. Let's just do it. Why I'm saying that? So add column. Hopefully I'm not just messing around. And I will call it post underscore ID. Just prove that I know. And I think that type. So type number. Oops, string. This is a string. I think it's integer, not number. Yeah, int. And the def and nullable, I will put it to false, since you can't comment something without a post. So let's see. Hopefully no errors. I think this is also a good opportunity to show you the post functionality, since we need to test our subscriber. But before this, just now send the same. Oh, nice. They put this send here, so I don't have to scroll up. Nice. So yeah, now we expose the post ID. So this is like maybe I think they did it on purpose. This is a cool feature. By the way, you can hide some columns if you don't want to expose them. Eventually, we will do it for the password of the user or stuff like that. Eventually, but yeah, I think this is very cool feature. Type ORM is very nice. Anyway, let's test our comment subscriber. So return to Postwoman. Change the request type to post. And where is the body? So application JSON, yes. Yes, I want to insert a comment. So this is I want to add JSON. Oh yeah, I like typing them. Yes, I want to type them like this. Or I think they need to name it like properties, not JSON, not parameter list. So anyway, it's just so body. Something. No, I will write it in my hand. I'm sorry. So the body of the comment, I'll just put anything. Comment body. Now another thing is the user ID, which by the way, you don't send it like this. Don't send it like this. You will extract it from the JWT, for example. Don't send it. So even if the user in the future send this for us, I won't consider it. Okay. So the user ID. Hopefully we have user ID with one. I'm not sure. I ran the seed a lot of times and deleted a lot of tables. And I'm not sure. I think just post would be an object. I can type. So okay. And the ID. This should be JSON. Sorry. The ID will be 1. So the user of ID 1 commented on the post of the ID 1 this comment. So let's just send it. Hopefully. So this comment have been inserted, and let's go. Can you open tabs? And I don't think so. Maybe this. Yeah, I need to get more familiar with Postman, because it's definitely interesting. Yes. Anyway, copy request. Copy what? Request link. No, I want these. Okay, so let's go to post /1, the one we set it. So this, the comment number should be, is it posts? Posts, yeah. Okay. Good. So what did I name it? The post controller. It's post. Oh, sorry. It's God, I'm sorry. So it's a get request, and it's post. So as you can see, the comments number is 1. So let's go insert another comment. Let's just insert a bunch. Okay. So comment post. Does they no? They don't remember my previous option. Oh, they remember my previous options. Okay. So let's just send it. Okay. Let's send another one and another one. I think we should have 4 now. Like, can I just press on one of these and yeah, there's collections here. Oh, I need to be more organized. I'm wasting a lot of time. So post /1 and it's a get request. Send it. The comments number is 5. It should be 5, right? God, I just got lost. I'm sorry. So come on. So select. Let me increase the font. Select count from posts from comments. Sorry, comments c2. Okay, where c2 dot post id equal to 1. So this should be 5, right? It's 5. So why all this code? What's the purpose of this? As I said, if you want to sort by the number of comments, for example, by each post, you have one option. You have 2 options. The option 1 is use the the count relation decorator inside the post entity, which is deprecated, by the way. You can use it, but it won't work correctly with the CRUD utilities. And if you try to sort by it or filter by it, it will just produce an error, which is not good. And the second option, that you define your own route, like add get here, you can do that, obviously, but the problem here, you will lose the CRUD utilities for this route. You need to implement this by yourself, which is like, I mean, it's a waste of time. So my idea was to put the number of comments as a column inside the post entity, and just have a subscriber that after insertion for each comment, just go and update the number of comments for specific post which this comment relates to. And obviously you need to do it on delete as well. So when you delete, just go and update the comments as well, and update the number of comments as well for the post. So, and this is good because if you go to Postwoman and let's say post, let's just go here, and for the parameters, let's say the comments, I'm not typing, add a new one, sorry. So comments, God, I can't, sort by comments, comments number. Is it? Yeah, so you sort, so it's like the sort comments number and then comma. So ascending, not descending, right? So ascending, just, so here we have the top post with the number of comments with the most commented post. Can't speak. So yeah, so it works fine, and even you can join them. So let's just put joins. Hopefully I can remember. I'm not opening the documentation for the filters here. So join with the So join with likes, join with user. Do I have user? No, I don't have user. And the join the query. So I have comments and likes and comments user. Let's put all of them. So comments, another join, comments dot users. Dot, I think user, yeah. So each comment has one user. Okay. I think this video is really long. Hopefully it's useful. So yeah. So it's sorted by the comments number, and here it likes the comments and the user for each comment. So here is null. I think I explained this to you because I have some problems when I run the seeds earlier. But if you go scroll down, you see that yeah, these comments have a user of them for them. But the idea is I prefer doing like putting the count of the relation inside the table, inside a specific table. So it will be easier to sort, filter upon, and will make your life easier when your application grows very complex in the future, which will eventually be the case. So I think I will stop now. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. But in the next video, I will work in the CRUD utilities and the joins with the followers. So since it's a many-to-many with the same table, so it will be interesting to implement how we can query it, join it. So okay, thank you.